So good morning, everyone. Yes, online users, can you confirm am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Good morning.
Very good morning. Very good morning. Right. Good morning. My name is Venkat. I'm the facilitator for this entire course. So both automation, Python, and data science and machine learning, all these courses I'll be able to teach you. Yeah. So today I'll be talking about the significance of these three important technologies. Like they will be associated very strongly correlated. So we cannot isolate each them. So they will be very strongly correlated. If you are a software developer, if you are a data analyst, if you are a testing engineer, these three roles are very majorly placed over the SDLC. So therefore, I chosen the Python as the primary language in order to implement that. See, there will be hundreds of programming languages. Now, at this present point of time, we have a very majorly the whole world is focusing on the Python language because it has those many features have been provided. Clear? Yeah. So now, see here, somebody have. Now, if you look at here, I'm going to talk about three important things about a significance of a Python and an automation as well as data science and machine learning. These three are uh, topics today I'll be focused. What I supposed to be talking entire 3 months of duration, right? Yes. Now, firstly, let me go ahead about Python related concept. What I'm going to be subsequently talk about. Somebody have joined only for the Python. Somebody are joining full stack Python. Somebody is going to join for automation. Somebody will be data science, machine learning. See, any technology you wanted to implement, one programming language is mandatory. You can take Java, you can take Python, you can take C hash, you can take R programming, you can take Perl, you can take PHP. There will be plenty of programming languages we have, but each programming language has its own merits and demerits. Let's suppose you have studied at a college level C programming. Have you developed any application using C programming? You have just studied, you have written exam, you have passed. Now again you are learning some other programming languages. Am I right? So every programming language has its more merits and demerits. So being a software developer or software engineer, it's your responsibility to understand what are the merits of the current programming languages, what are the demerits of the older programming languages. Like let's suppose now recently Google have launched, there is a language called Golang. The name of the programming language is Golang, Google language. Microsoft has their own language called C hash. IBM language, their own language called COBOL. Likewise, DB2, like every product-based company has their own products. Clear? Yeah. So now today I'll be talking about what I'm going to talk about subsequently in future classes about features of the Python programming languages. See, because you might ask, sir, even though Java is existing, why you have taken Python as the primary language to be implement automation or maybe data science? Clear? I can have hundreds of reasons why Python can be chosen, why cannot choose Java. I'll ask certain questions to you. Features means what? Facilities. Yes or no? See, I'll ask some questions like, Can you develop a driverless car using Java? No. Can you develop chatbot using Java? No. Can you develop embedded system applications means like washing machine application, like refrigerator, smart AC, smart camera, all these will be comes under embedded system applications. Can you develop using Java? No. Can you develop IoT applications? Internet of Things applications. Now, smart agriculture, smart city, smart home, there will be a lot of concepts, right? So Alexa, all these will be comes under IoT related applications. We can operate all these things through the IoT appliances, right? Java cannot be used. Ethical hacking. Can you use Java? No. Automation can be done using Java as well as Python. But Java is licensed. Python is open source. Therefore, automation of an application will be can also done with a Python in a major part of the world. Isn't it? Data science applications, weather forecasting, corona forecasting, earthquake forecasting, tsunami forecasting, all these applications cannot be done with a Java. Only we can done with data science. Machine learning applications. Tesla car. Tesla is a car, right? It's a driverless car. It's a product of a machine learning, like, voice assistance, right? Image recognition. Isn't it? Thumb recognition, biometric, we can say. All these questions, the answer is only one, which is the most powerful and open source programming language called as a Python. These are all applications very majorly 99% of the applications will be made with only Python, not with a Java. So, whatever, don't compare the Java with the Python. Both are only similar characteristics will be platform independent. Both are object oriented programming. But if you look at the industry point of view, what sort of applications are becoming very popularly developing with a Python, with a Java means Java is building. Java applications also there in the market, they're also very equally powerful. Now, slowly, past 1 or 2 years, I'm seeing the importance of the Python has been changed. Significantly, it has been changed. Because if you want to take a Java as a licensed enterprise level application programming, even Oracle also we need to take it as a backend. Both are licensed. If you have a 5 lakhs employees, you need to pay 100 crores for them. Why should I have to pay? Python is free, MongoDB is free. Why should I have to pay? There is a point to be understand here. Clear? Therefore, so being you are going to become a software engineer, you are not learning this course to write an exam. Yes or no? You should have a justification. Sometimes, your neighbors would ask you that on what platform you are working, madam. I'm working on Python. So I wanted to learn a Java. If I ask, would you be able to give the justification? Why don't you go for the Java? Why should you go the Python? You will be having an answer or not? Even our children now, 5th class, 6th class students are learning Python, HTML, database, all this they are learning at a schooling level. But they are not so matured enough to understand all this at an application point of view. But they will be having a knowledge. Clear? So sometimes we do learn the subjects, not for you, for the society. See, newspaper we used to read. Are you going to write an exam by reading newspaper or what? If you have an awareness, a lot of things you will be come across in your life day to day. Sometimes certain things will be useful. Therefore, we used to read the newspaper every day. Right? So technology is the power which is derived from the application of a knowledge. We have to understand it. Clear? Yes, yes. So when compared with, features of the programming, Python programming language, all these applications can be made only Python. What are the features have been provided? That in elaborated manner, I'll be talking in the subsequent classes. Today, I'll be just giving you how, why you supposed to be choose the Python, automation, data science, machine learning subjects. If you choose, what's your scope of your life? How long the technology is going to be sustained in the market? That an importance I would like to give today. I'm not going to give elaborated programming or something else today. It's not a right time also. Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, now what are the features? Features are nothing but, facilities provided by Python. Python is basically, it's a high-level programming language. High-level programming language. What does it mean? See, before high-level programming languages, we had a machine-level language. We had assembly-level language. They are difficult for the developer to be remembered, to be represent, to avoid the difficulties, to protect, like in order to avoid the difficulty to the developer. The authors of the programming language have developed a language which looks like an English language. High-level language means what? A language which is just look like an English language. That will be easy for the developer to understand, easy to be write it. Just you bother about a logic to be written. For that reason, C, C++, Java, Python, all these programming are high-level programming language. Print, scanf, something called as power, square root, all these will be, the words are derived from the general English language. Okay? Yeah. Therefore, Python is a high-level language and easy to understand, easy to learn. When compared with the difficulties, C, C++, and Java and other programming languages, Python is quite easy language. A 10th class guy or 5th class guy can understand. Even I used to teach for the schooling students also. There is a site called as a White Hat, right? I'm the corporate vendor for the White Hat corporate applications. Right. So easy to learn. See, whenever we say easy to learn, what does it mean? If I ask the question, Telugu is easy or English is easy? Absolutely, English is easy to write, to learn. Number of alphabets are 26, number of alphabets in Telugu 56. For writing, reading, everything when compared with Telugu, English is far better. Clear? Therefore, syntactically, semantically, Python is very easy. 10 lines of a Python Java code can be replaced with 2 lines in Python. 100 lines of code can be replaced with 20 lines in Python. So if the length of the code has been reduced, the execution speed is also be very quick. That's what we want. Whenever you are trying to open an application, if it opens very quickly, you will be very happy. Otherwise, you will get frustrated. So the next point is size of the code. Size of the code is very less. Eventually, obviously, execution time will be reduced. Response time will be very reduced. Obviously, you are very happy. Ultimately, every application we are making for the welfare of end user. If end user satisfaction is good, obviously an application will be sustained in the market for a longer time. Clear? Yes. Size of the code is matters. Time complexity and space complexity is very important factors and metrics. If you are bothering about them, if you develop such an application which has less memory and less execution time, such an application will be run in the market for a longer time. See, now you are using Gmail. We had earlier Yahoo Mail and Reddit Mail. Do you have that mail? Why those messages have been outdated? You don't know the reason. There are reasons called this kind of reasons only, scientific reasons. Many things would be outdated, Earlier we used to have a hard disk. Now there is a concept called as a SSD. What does it mean? silicon device. There is a concept called as, so it is a random access memory, right? So that if we trying to open a file compared with a hard disk, isn't it? So now whatever the metallic, like whatever the chemical, whatever the material you are using in order to store that information or data into the memory, obviously, you know what? It's very performance related issues have been resolved. Yes, sir. Right. Now, Python is portable language. What do you mean by that? Portable language means if we see, let's suppose we will develop an application on Windows operating system. We can download that an application in Android application. That operating system is different. That mobile configuration is different. Laptop configuration is different. Linux is different. Mac is different. However, writing a program on one platform, run anywhere else is a concept provided if the language will provide a portability concept. Yes, sir. That's very essential. Clear? Unclear. Python language is interpreted language. Interpreted language. Interpretation is nothing but there will be translators, compilers, interpreters, assemblers, preprocessor directives. These are all, whatever the language we write, a high-level language, is a responsibility to convert into a machine understandable language. Once the process will be get executed by the CPU, again it will be converted into machine to the high-level language. The task is done by an interpreter. The task is done by compiler. The task is done by assembler. Because the electronic devices can understand only zeros and ones. Yes or no? Right. So therefore, understand the history of a language. Don't be too much abstract language or abstract information you are trying to learn. You will understand something and you will be trying to become a very confident. No. We'll speak many things, but whereas in implementation level, things would change. So trying to learn the things from scratch to expert level. In order to certify a particular programming language, even though the many fundamental things you're supposed to understand. Clear? Yes. Right. Right. So Python is basically used to develop graphical user interface. GUI full form is graphical user interface. What does it mean? Like Windows operating system is graphically user interface. Before Windows operating system, we had a operating system called MS-DOS. MS-DOS. What is the full form of MS-DOS? Microsoft Disk Operating System. Now, command prompt we use to apply, right? Command prompt is purely a black screen. It doesn't have any iconic related things. It doesn't have any colorful things. It doesn't interact with the mouse. It's purely commands need to be given to create a file, to open a file, to delete the file. Any operation you wanted to perform with a if you want to perform any kind of a things, we supposed to be perform only commands. But now we are not having such a problem. Even layman, an illiterate man is able to operate our mobile phone because of graphically designed such an applications. The answer is, can we design a graphical user interface through Python? The answer is yes. The same similar kind of a concept in Java, applets. There is a concept called applets concept through which we can design the graphical user interface like buttons, text boxes, radio buttons, list boxes, drop-down boxes, combo boxes. Yes or no? All these can be possible to design with a Python? Answer is yes. So that is going to be possible. There is a built-in module called tkinter. The name of the module is tkinter, with which derives certain built-in functions with which we can design the graphical user interface like a calculator, like a notepad, like a media player, like a Windows player. Yes or no? These are all standalone applications. Such an applications can be built with using Python, using tkinter is the module. Can we communicate with a database programming?
Yes,
Database,
sir.
yes. Through Python, can we design a database programming? Answer is yes. If you design the programming language using Python, can we communicate with Oracle? Can we communicate with MySQL? Can we communicate with MongoDB? Can we communicate with AWS? Can we communicate with Azure? Can we communicate with ServiceNow? Can we communicate with Firebase? It's fully support as a bridge between the backend and frontend. Am I clear? There are no limitations for the Python when compared with the features provided with the Java. You can ask any questions if you have. It's openly, I can ask you can interrupt me. Online users, especially if you are focusing on my class, you can interrupt me at any time if you have any kind of questions or queries. Yeah. So Python is robust language. What do you mean by robust? Robust is nothing but a reliable language. Robust is nothing but it's a reliable language, trustable language. It has a lot of built-in methodologies and interfaces and modules, packages provided just to utilize it. But such a great things might not available in Java. Let's suppose, will you write a neural networks algorithms using Java? Answer is no. Will you do the data science algorithms using Java? No. Like that, there will be different drawbacks for the, Java. Python upgraded to the next level, and a lot of applications can be overcome where the Java cannot do that. Clear? Therefore, it is a robust language. Next, Python is scalable language. Python is scalable language. Scalability means what? Expandable. If you develop a particular application such a way that at a particular point of time, 1,000 people might request to get service from your application. At a particular point of time, 10 millions of the people will trying to utilize your application. Does your application respond properly? If it respond properly, then the application is said to be scalable. See, most of the government applications, if you look at, when the result is out, first half an hour the application will respond, it shows the results very quickly. After half an hour, if more number of people will trying to browse the results, it is keep on buffering, right? What does it mean? The scalability issue. It's not able to respond to your queries properly. Such a problem does not have using Python as a programming language. It's a highly scalable language. So let's suppose Google. All Google products till now, whatever is available, YouTube, Google, Gmail, Google Pay, all these are the products of the Google. Can you say me a single remark towards such an applications? Can you say one remark? They are world-class products. We cannot remark them. Right? See, even WhatsApp also released a payment gateway. Are you using? Why? Unknowingly or knowingly, we don't trust the applications because why? It's all performance related issues. Who knows? Somebody will be saying that our data will be captured, our data will be sold, our accounts are going to be stolen by someone else. Hackers. Sometimes we cannot trust to the unauthorized applications. That's the main reason, right? Yes. So let me stop this justification. What the features going to be provided by the Python such a way that we are going to be learn this one. These are all some sort of features very reasonably. Even all class of the people can understand it very nominally, very easily, we can say. But Java, you cannot understand me that much is, it is having a lot of complexity. Syntactically, semantically, many things. If you make a small error, it will be throws hundreds of errors. So therefore, nowadays, even whatever the background people, you are from BCom or agriculture, maybe, pharmacy, chemistry, BE, BTech, all the civil mechanic, all background people are able to understand the Python because it's very easy to learn it. That's very important, right? Yes, yes. Yes. See, what are the tokens of Python? See, Python is basically programming language, right? It's like an English language. Tokens of the Python is nothing but, what are the fundamentals you're supposed to be learned. Tokens of Python or what are the input output statements you have? What are the operators you have? What are the numbering system the system can understand? Will be, we know only decimal number system, but system can have hexadecimal, binary, octal, isn't it? ASCII values. There will be a lot of things as electronic devices can understand. So alphabets, arithmetic operators, all class of operators, fundamental input output statements, command prompt related things, all these will be combinedly called as a tokens of the Python. To write a one single line instruction in a Python, firstly, we must understand what are the fundamentals to be right. See, if you want to write English language, firstly, we have to understand what are the alphabets we have, what are the consonants we have, what are the vowels we have, what are the numbers we need to understand, what are the syntactical, grammatical rules need to be understand. Then we are going to write a word, collection of words will be sentence, collection of sentence will become paragraph, paragraphs will become a text document. Likewise, if there is a systematic levels of the way to be learn a particular language. Similarly, a Python is also having certain things to be understand from the scratch, so that we will become an expert into a language. See, learning a language does not mean if you forget a one particular character in alphabets, will you write if you forget Z, will you write a giraffe spelling? Obviously, no. Well, I request very humble request to you is that learn the language thoroughly without any missing things. Most of the time, we do understand many things, but when the comes into matter, because of the casual attitude, because of the uh, casual lens, you guys will remember something, learn something, something will be not prioritized. Please, if you want to become a software engineer, many things you have to be grab the attention and try to acquire the knowledge and try to deposit in your brain at a first priority. So let's suppose, I was a Telugu medium till 12th standard. Past 10 minutes you are listening my class. Do you ever thought that I'm from Telugu medium? How did I achieve that? It's my consistent effort. Consistently, now I'm not able to write my name in Telugu properly because past 25 years I was into software completely writing, learning, talking, everything I'm doing in English. Therefore, I became expert into that. Terminologies related things. So you're supposed to be familiar with terminology. So as much you practice something else, you will be able to become that. When you listen this Sadhguru's speech, the personality, if you look at him, unless and until if he don't speak out, people will underestimate that what this guy is look like this. If he start talking in English, we all need to listen his English very carefully. The words he will be vocabulary, the way you speak, the vocabulary used, we used to refer in dictionary. Because such a great man. So therefore, I request you to be practice many things as we get older because of social media, because of many electronic gadgets. Nowadays, a lot of the people will have a garbage into your brain. Just try to be eliminate garbage from your brain. Try to be prioritize what to be learned, what is an urgent, what is very important. You should have a proper metrics. Many people, I will learn it, I will do it. There are lakhs of companies we have. Can't we get a one job? Because of many people get wasted a lot of time. If you want to become an IAS officer, for 3-4 years, one time the notification will be get released. You have to be wait for eagerly for that exam. You need to perform only once, only one interview. If not, again 3-4 years you have to wait. Am I right? Therefore, if we have that much serious towards the technology to be learned, surely we will be very casually get the job. If not, it takes time for you to be understand, time take to be get the job. Because you are not accurate. You are performing the things inaccurately. The accuracy level of your things will be inaccurate. See, if you look at in TVs like, Jodi, some programs, right? Dancing and singing, all these competitions. How perfectly they'll do the things. Sometimes we do feel embarrassed and we do feel shameless. And how perfectly these people are doing. Really, are you doing that much perfectly? You just question yourself. The answer is no. We are not putting proper times. We are not putting efforts consistently. Therefore, you are not able to achieve certain things, whatever you have a desires. It's right. Comes to operators in Python. We have arithmetic operators in mathematics, logical operators in mathematics. Rest of the operators we haven't seen. Assignment operators, bitwise operators, membership operators, identity operators. All these you haven't seen. But those operators are required because Python programming language we are learning wherever the human cannot perform the operation. Let's suppose I'll ask one question to you. Please carefully answer my question. I want to find out factorial of 5. What is the factorial of 5? 120. If I ask factorial of 95, I'll give you 1 day time to you. Can you give an answer?
No, sir.
Let me show you. Nobody have an answer, I think. Why we need to learn the programming, it's a right time, See, this tool is called as, this tool is integrated development environment tool, which is, that name of the tool is PyCharm. Like Eclipse, like a Visual Studio. It is also one kind of an integrated development environment on which we can able to execute Python related code. We can develop the products. Let me take one sample file here. I'll be explain about this tool later. Just you try to be. What I'm doing here, import math, printer, math dot, factorial is a built-in function. Let me write 95 factorial. You see the output now? It cannot read. This is the factorial of 95. Can human does this? It's not at all possible for you. It can do, but probably I cannot expect accurate result. If I ask you to perform the multiplication of the matrix 10 by 10, okay. 20 by 20, okay, 3-4 hours you can take. If I ask, a one table matrix has a 10 millions of rows and 10 millions of columns. Another table will have a 10 millions of rows and 10 millions of columns. Can you able to perform a multiplication between these tables? Human cannot do. But system, within a millisecond, within a fraction of nanosecond, it gives you the result. So therefore, human capabilities, human potentiality, human abilities is not compared with the computer abilities. For that reason, I just wanted to give the justification. We are learning the program not to perform arithmetic addition or subtraction or multiplication. There will be different areas where human cannot stand to perform such tasks, but computer can do that. Clear? Okay, right. Let's go ahead. Operators, see all these details in an elaborated manner in subsequent classes I'll be teaching you. Just, I hope you guys already have a little idea what to be there in a language. Just I'm just explaining to you what subsequently in progressive classes I'll be talking about. Control statements in Python, in C, in Java, in C++, everywhere you might have seen control statements are three categories we have. Control statements are three categories we have. They are conditional statements. Conditional statements like if else, EL, IF. These three are the conditional statements are likely to be appear in a Python. In other programming language, the elif statement will be replaced with other switch statement. Switch statement is equivalent to elif. There are looping statements. Looping statements like in a for loop, while loop, and nested loops. Special statements, break, continue, pass, return. These are the special statements. If these statements not exist in a programming, the computer can execute sequential actions. Let's suppose the remote has a lot of buttons we have. If you are trying to press on red button, if the status of the current TV is on, it will be make it as off. If the current status of the TV is off, it will be make it as on. Rest of the buttons has a program, they will be keep silent. This modularity, this isolation can be possible. You are able to control this particular electronic device as per your wish. That is possible with the help of control statements. They are mandatory, they are essential. If not, you cannot write optimal programs. Clear? Yes, yes. Functions in Python. This concept is also not first time it is introduced in Python. It is there in C, C++, Java. Function is the concept which will be a self-contained block of a code which does a specific task. There will be multiple buttons in a particular registration form. Enroll, delete, update, cancel. There will be different buttons. Whatever the button you will be click on, the respective operation will be performed. Rest of the actions will be keep silent. So the functions will be called by the user with respect to their requirement. Right? So it has its own syntax to write our own functions according to customization. Let's start application so that we will get to know how functions can be written. Till then, just give me some time. Right? Functions is provides modularity concept, reusability of a code. If not, your application will become legacy. Legacy means what? It's an older approach. That approaches are now doesn't work out, right? Because you will be there in Bangalore, I'll be there in Mumbai, she will be there in Chennai. From different scattered places, you will be able to write your code and you are accumulating at one place because of functions concept. Clear? I don't know up to what level of knowledge you have. Without the functions, without the methods, without the classes, there are no applications are going to build in real-time scenario. Just wait few days so that you will get to know how exactly powerful functions. Right. I said Tkinter is the module that I'll be emphasized more and more. You need to do many projects for it, isn't it? So to design the graphical user interface, let me open one application. Let me show you one application to you, whether Tkinter is able to develop such an application or not. Is there another editor in order to execute Python programs? IDLE. Python projects. There is a student management system. It is an application which is made by the Python Tkinter module. Let me execute. Yeah. You see, this is student enrollment application. Whatever the colorful things you are looking at a screen has been developed with a Python Tkinter module. You see, the topmost is a label. This is a label. This red mark will be completely a frame. Rest number, name, department, all these are the labels. These are the text boxes. This is the button. This is a text area. This is again, it's a drop down box. This is a searching box. This is the button. All these are, iconic graphical user interface widgets have been developed with graphically using Tkinter module. Let's 409 will be the roll number, isn't it? Name of the student is, Rahul, and department is CSE, and email is gender male, contact is 7799132754, date of birth is 24th John 2017. If I click on addition, this data will be permanently get stored into MySQL database. Okay. The data has been recorded. It is reflected too. Here you see. If you ask me, sir, where exactly this data has been saved? Let me show you that. Now I have shown you what is a front end, what is a code, what is a backend. Complete application I have shown to you. Let me show you database. Where this database is available. There is a database backend called as a MySQL. This is the dashboard. This is a window for the MySQL command line editor. MySQL is a database which has an admin. I am the admin. My password is MySQL. Clear? Lot of databases are available. Let me show you databases. You see, these many databases I have created on top of the MySQL in earlier classes and earlier batches. Am I clear? Just now, whatever the data I have given from the front end has been stored into, there is a database called as a Naveen Kumar database. Naveen Kumar. Let me show you. Use Naveen Kumar. Select, there is a SQL command called as a select star from. Table is students 1. You see, there is a data is available, like, just now I have given 409 is roll number, Rahul, department CSC, mail ID, mail, and his date of birth. Am I clear? This can be searched from the front end also. So for what reason I'm just giving you this particular thing? Through Python, through Tkinter, graphical user interface can be designed. For that reason, I just gave you this particular example. Clear? Yes. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yes. There is a concept called as a regular expressions. This is very powerful concept. The whole machine translation, the whole natural language processing, and the searching process, very major part will play is that regular expressions. So probably it's not a right time for me to give more justification about it, but just it's a concept which you might not heard in our, at academic level, but very quite commonly we use that particular concept. Just, wait for some time. Yes. And I'm going to deal with about a Python, object-oriented programming, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, exception handling. These 5 concepts will be available and provided only in object-oriented programming, not in procedural-oriented programming. More secure, more reusable. The code is going to be a private, public, protected. Such an access modifications cannot be provided by procedural-oriented programming. Therefore, we have to learn how to write object-oriented programming. Clear? Yes. Databases, I would like to give demonstration in completely hands-on knowledge about a MySQL, about a MongoDB, about a Firebase, about a AWS. All these I'll be covered front-end, back-end, and middle-level. Minimum within this 3 months of duration, you're supposed to do minimum 10 projects. You can do, I will be there, I'll be assisting. Everybody show to me that the project, what you have done. You have to execute in your laptop, you have to install in my system so that everybody can access it. That is the level of architecture that is supposed to develop end-to-end application. Minimum 10 applications, thoroughly end-to-end is supposed to develop. So that I will be very happy. You will be very confident enough that at a company you can sit just like that in front of the interviewer, ask me any question if you have. Such a confidence level I can build you. For that, you require to keep little effort, time, consistent level of preparation, dedicated time you need to be contribute. That is a sincere request from our end. From my end, you cannot imagine that much level of knowledge I would be give you, up to you to utilize it. Right? Yes. Apart from this, obviously, I'll be demonstrating applications. See, just now I have shown you tweak into front end, right? Similarly, HTML page will be developed. I'll be give the data in HTML page such a way that it needs to be stored into cloud, it needs to be stored into MongoDB, it needs to store into Oracle. Likewise, you'll have to develop. Such a level I'll be able to discuss about HTML, CSS, front end, back end, integration. All this will be it's an architecture. It's an entire architecture application. Client server, entire, distributed, MVC, all this model I'll be discussed thoroughly. End-to-end project, I'll be hands-on knowledge, I'll give it to you. I'll explain 1-2 projects to you, you develop 1-2 projects. That's my expectations from your end. Right. Now comes to here, somebody else, somebody else have listening the classes, related to learn automation testing. I said Python is not meant for specific applications to be developed. With Python, front end can be developed, back end can be designed, gaming application developed, automation testing will happen, and network automation will happen, ethical hacking, data science, machine learning, embedded systems, Android applications, all can be possible. One applications where the Python can be developed is that an application, whether it is working fine or it has any kind of a defects or remarks, we will be validate and verify an application. That's called as an automation testing concept. Earlier, we used to have a manual test. By looking at an application, we used to be analyze an application, what are the possibilities, permutations and combinations of the test cases, positively, negatively, all we will write and will be apply on it. And some of them are going to be unsolved problems, some of them are going to be solved, some of them are going to be regression need to be tested, and some of them are going to be limitations. Likewise, an automation testing is a process of verification and validation of an application, whether it is completely true or it has any defects or it has any kind of remarks or failures or bugs or errors will be detected as part of the duration of automation testing process, in which I'm going to talk these concepts. Thoroughly, I'll be discuss about theoretically, practically, how manual testing is no more useful now, how automation is more powerful and it is expected to have a knowledge about it. Else your survival going to become a miserable. Clear? Yes. Selenium testing. Selenium is one kind of a framework with which a web application can be 1 million of web applications can be tested at a particular point of time. A human cannot do one particular application whether it is working properly or not. If you write a small Python script or JavaScript, such a way that 100 millions of applications, whether are they fine working or not, gives a result by the application itself without your intervention. Which means what? Your presence is not required. Automation testing means what? Without your involvement, without your interventions, things would happen automatically. Camera is capturing your images 24/7. Are you interrupting to the camera? No. It is an automation completely. Am I clear? Like, Selenium is more powerful. Before that, we had a QTP, we had a Windrunner, a lot of tools we had. They are licensed tools. They are with a great difficulty, their survival, in the market. But Selenium WebDriver is a more popular, very quite commonly lakhs of companies are using now. Therefore, we want to learn so that the more employability is available, we can easily get the job. For that reason, we wanted to learn it. Yes. Web locators, it's a practical concept in our automation part. Web locators are nothing but, if I ask you, where is the forgot button in a page? You will be search here and there, it will be show you that, sir, there is a forgot button is available on web page. If I write a code such a way that system itself will be locate where forgot button is there. See, if you look at nowadays some applications, hundreds of advertisements are available in the application itself. If I ask you one query, where is the one link is available, you will be search 5 minutes where that link is available in the. But system doesn't require that much time. It takes hardly 1 nanosecond to locate a particular element where it is existing in the page. Because in one web application, thousands of hyperlinks are available, among which identifying one web element is a highly tedious job for the human being. These things now at this level, you don't understand. If I show you the really applications and if I ask the questions, you will get to know what difficulties you have. Those difficulties have been avoided, have been resolved with an automation testing. That's a very nice concept usually. Really, it's an awesome. Somehow we are lucky enough to understand that. Somebody have invented, we are just using it to solve the certain things. That's all. There is in Java, TestNG is a framework, whereas in case of the Python, PyTest is a framework to perform the functional testing, to perform the black box testing, to perform the white box testing. Framework, it's all completely implementation level concept. I think it's not right time for me to go in depth about it, right? Yes. Decorators concept purely, it's a programmatic level. See, being a testing engineer, you will be learn complete Python, but only 5% of the code you are going to write. In which decorators concept is very, very powerful, with which the functionality can be value added. I'll tell you how the same decorators concept in Java concept called as annotators. There is a concept called annotators. fixer, skipping, markers, there will be tear down, setup, there will be certain programmatic level of knowledge with which decorators will be playing a role being a testing part. Correct? And comes to manual testing fundamentals are required. So what are the methodologies manually we can test? How the SRS documents, business requirement specification documents and functional requirement specification documents, test cases, test scenarios, and scripting, execution, reporting, bug report, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, and testing methodologies like boundary value analysis and the equivalence class partitions. A lot of things theoretically we need to understand. That are all things I will discuss as part of this particular fundamental circuits. That's all very important. Clear? Now also manual testing is very powerful. I'm not underestimating the manual testing is no more, but it has become an option. It requires a lot of skilled man. If I take 10 years of experienced person, manual testing engineer, I supposed to give 25 to 30 lakhs. If I recruit a one fresher as an automation testing knowledgeable person, I can give only 3 lakhs. Much more efforts and much more things can be possible with the freshers rather than 30 lakhs people. I can replace, I can remove from the company manual testing. If they work 10 years, their confidence level become very, very powerful. If I ask, please you do it something, they say they will reason. No, I don't know anything. I know only manual testing. If you have work, you give me. Otherwise, I won't work else. Yes or no? Because they are long, for a longer time, they are working for the company, right? Neither we cannot remove them, nor we cannot replace them. Only layoff. With certain reasons. Clear? So if you want to be a sustain in the software market, consistently and persistently enhance your skills with respect to the industry's point of view. Don't say that I'm not in a position to learn new things. You are 20 years experienced candidate, still you need to learn more. See, Satyanarayana, Sundar Pichai, you do know Bill Gates? Bill Gates is the Microsoft founder. He's a hardcore programmer. The whole MS Office software has been written with only Bill Gates. He's a second class guy. Right? So to become a good programmer, you need not be a skilled BTech ISC or MTech CSC or something else. Do you know Malaysian? Malaysian is the one guy who is a Telugu man who have made an invention of one electronic device to make a pattu sarees very nicely. He made a one mission.
Yes, yes.
Correct. You know the qualification of Malaysian? He was a 7th class when he was made that product. Later he completed 10th class. Such a guy learned electronics programming on microprocessors. He executed and he made that device. So to become an expert, to become a researcher, to become an inventor, you need not to be an expert in BTech, MTech, something else. 10th class qualification is more than enough to do anything. But you should have a passion to do something else. That's my justification. Clear?
Correct.
Yes. So SDLC and SDLC, in SDLC, there will be a lot of models. Waterfall model, spiral model, RAD model, Agile model, Scrum model, DevOps models, a lot of models we have. Currently, we are in an Agile era, and Agile also it's about to become a legacy. Completely cloud computing based scenarios have came into picture. Azure, AWS, ServiceNow. There are a lot of Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Jenkins. A lot of things you're supposed to learn. These are all tools. By listening those words, don't be scared of. They're after all one day time to be taken to learn one each tool. But fundamentally, you should be gradually understand the things. Never be scared off by listening a word which will be there in a company. For every question, there will be an answer. It takes little time to understand. That's all. That's my experience as per my knowledge. Clear? SDLC is software development lifecycle. SDLC is software testing lifecycle. And there will be most powerful methodology is one of the customized, user-defined data framework is a data-driven framework, which will be purely testing engineers need to understand it. even though data scientist is also going to be understanding. See, I am basically a data analyst. This subject is part of my activity. Therefore, Python, automation testing, manual testing, data analysis, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, neural networks, all these topics I am only demonstrating over here. So if you have any questions at any level, without any hesitation, you talk to me and ask me questions. I would be able to answer your questions. I am 17 years of experience, guy. I might have all the questions and answers for you. Just you ask me. You don't be hesitant to talk to me, right? Yes. As part of a testing, now API testing became very powerful nowadays. Everywhere APIs and plugins, REST APIs, API testing, all these are for hardcore programmer need to be understand, even testing engineer need to be understand. Both should have a knowledge of API. The full form of API is that application programming interface. Now humans are not communicating each other. Now application to application communicating each other without the intervention of the human being. So while being a testing engineer, while communicating two applications to each other, are they working fine or not, can be tested with the help of interface as a API. I'll tell you when time comes why and when and why do we use this particular testing, without which what would happen, I'll tell you about it. Clear? It's very important to understand. And finally, I would expect either maybe a testing engineer or maybe data analyst, minimum 10 applications projects you need to do at the end of the day. Just after 10 classes, you need to start projects. I'll tell you how to do that. I'll explain to you. Then you start doing the project. You need not to worry. The people who are coming for the offline, the people who are working in online, please you take little time. At any time you can contact me, I can respond. But do it. I will be there for you to be guide you, right? Yes. Comes to as part of a data science and machine learning, these topics I would like to talk about. Fundamentals of data science and machine learning. See, because the data science and machine learning is a subsequent or subset of the artificial intelligence subject. Artificial intelligence is a branch where we can make an electronic device as an intelligent as like a resemble of a human being with the help of data science and machine learning concepts. There will be set of algorithms. Now, even testing engineers also required because in future or in now, there are RPA, robotic process automation, Blue Prism, and there are certain platforms are there. They will be made with a data science and machine learning algorithms. Being a testing engineer, you should have a knowledge of how data science and machine learning will be get together, correlate each other, why it has become very vital role now. You have to have a knowledge. Therefore, I'll be discuss few things about, there are fundamentally scientifically, everyone must know, because the next now and next, definitely we are living in an artificial world. Everybody should have a knowledge. See, if I say Alexa, somebody might know, somebody might not know. Somebody might know only name of the word called as Alexa. How it works, who made it, how it will work, nobody have an idea. It's a part of data science and machine learning. Clear? So please, we are using many appliances. They are made with the data science, machine learning, and IoT, all these concepts. You don't know how to implement it. Let's suppose drone programming. Drone, you know that, right? It's very simple program we can make, but you should know the coding. Clear? So as part of the data science machine learning, I have shared you, I think, course content. I think let's see, go through that. You can get in detail course what I'm going to talk about. If you want to do the data science or if you want to learn a machine learning, you should have a knowledge of at least 15 to 20% of knowledge statistics. In statistics, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics. So that knowledge you guys have already have. I think a little you brush off. I'll explain to you. And statistics, correlations, mean, mode, linear regression, multilinear regression, all this with a program I'll be explaining to you. With the implementation of Python, I'll tell you. I'm not going to discuss again statistics, A plus B, Y is equal to MX plus C, how to solve it. I'm not going to explain to you. But how to solve them using programming, I'll explain with hands-on knowledge. There is a most popular numerical Python, which is a NumPy model. Scientifically, most of the data analysis can be done with the help of NumPy as a built-in module for the Python. That I'll be explained with a one-dimensional data, with a scalar data, with a two-dimensional data, with a three-dimensional data, with a n-dimensional data. I'll be talking. How does the task be? There is a pandas panel data. Pandas full form is panel data. When you store the data in the form of a two-dimensional table, data frame is the concept, isn't it? So with which I'll explain many operations, slice, dice, drill down, drill up. These are all data warehousing related operations, how will be performed. That I'll be talking in detail in Python with hands-on questions and answers. Pandas is completely, if you have a data in a panel data, what queries you have, how you are going to answer them is the concept of pandas. Clear? I'll explain to you with all questions and answers. Yes. Matplotlib is a built-in module in order to generate the graphical related graphs in a Python for data analysis. The same similar, whatever the graphical graphs are going to be designed with a Matplotlib can also be discussed with a Power BI and Tableau. They are two are business intelligence tools. They are also known as ETL reporting tools. Clear? So, right. So that I'll be discussing about it. Apart from this, machine learning algorithms. Machine learning algorithms have been developed or classified into supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, hybridization, all these categories of algorithms we have. That's purely, each algorithm will take 3 hours to be discussed practically, theoretically, conceptually, mathematically. Clear? So please, you should have a patience to understand. Once you understand the things, lot of things now, share market, whether it will be increases or not. It's a one kind of a machine learning algorithm, which is a linear regression algorithm, isn't it? So whether the jewelry, your jewelry is having the percentage of jewelry we have and what is the copper percentage in your, that is the, it is a correlation concept. It's a mathematical concept that will be deals with only that. Your body mass index is measured with the help of a machine learning algorithms. Lot of things, nowadays if you go to lens card, do you know lens card? Lens card spectacles. If you stand in front of a mirror, it will be takes the position of your eyes. What are the spectacles are very highly suitable for you, they will be highly recommended to you. In future, now also, if you stand in a lifestyle or somewhere in a clothing shops, your body measurement will be automatically measured by the machine learning technique. The appropriate size of the products or maybe clothes will be recommended to you rather than showing all the clothes. That reduces the time. Even the people who will be showing you all the dresses and all, their time is also getting saved. See, in future, many problems can be solved with only AI, with only machine learning algorithms. Because machine learning algorithms will learn the things from the experience. So if you look at a shop, there will be medium size. How the medium size shirts, clothes are going to be stitched? Because majority of the people will be fit medium size. That is going to come from the experience. If the machine will learn, majority of the people are the height will be 5.5. The size of the height, the weight of the person will be 60 kilos. 38 size of the shirt will be highly suitable. Universally, it will be judged. That is going to be concluded by analyzing the data historically. Many things, conclusions will be now 99% they are accurate, 100% never be accurate. Tomorrow rain is going to come. The weather forecasting people will declare the holiday. Rain is not going to come. Your algorithm have failed or not? Obviously. So in the society, God will also part of us. So all the questions cannot be answered by human being. All machine learning, AI, all these mathematical methodologies are giving a solution for our real world problems up to 99%. 1% is completely God's. God can create miracle at any time. Corona has given. Can ever thought everyone? Can anybody thought that the Corona will come? Lakhs of people have expired. The whole world, nobody have a solution. Which vaccination is going to resolve the problem? It's a God script. Right? Therefore, yes. So machine learning algorithms in detail, I'll be talk many algorithms we have. Yes. Supervised algorithms, unsupervised algorithms, natural language processing, projects. See, in data science, machine learning, big data analytics, I'm a PhD holder. A lot of articles, a lot of inventions, a lot of patent rights I have done by doing my innovative projects on this particular platform. That's what it's an open question to you that you bring up new problem. I'll tell you how to solve that. Innovative. Clear? Right. See, so far, do you have any questions? Online users or offline users? If you have any questions, you can ask me. All the guys, Aparna, Dinesh, Harish, Jagdish, Rao, Maurya, Navin, Rahul, Ram, Sailisha. See, if you have any questions, you can ask me openly. I can answer you. Vamshi, Swapna, Sumanjali, Shubhasri, Sharad, Siva. Do you have any questions? Nowadays, for 5+ experienced people, those questions are asking actually. I'm seeing I'm doing interviews, right? So data science like NumPy, Pandas related knowledge also they're asking because whenever you are going to test for certain data related, even you will be tested database, right? So that time they're asking if the data, huge volume of a data, wherever the velocity of the data will be maintaining, being a testing engineer, that data is able to tackle or not, we need to test. That time, just a knowledge of NumPy and these things will be mandatory. 5+, 6+, 6, 7+ experienced people, NumPy, Pandas knowledge is mandatory because it's a part of the built-in modules, right? You are not going to write long, like big code over there. Hardly 3-4 lines of code you are going to write. Just it's a matter of understand mathematically, programmatically, so that even testing engineers also can become. There is a one particular designation called SDET, software developer engineering in testing. Both white box testing and black box testing is does by the same person. It's a highly deserving designation. Such a people mandatory to have a knowledge about data science and RPA technologies. In future, surely within 1 or 2 years, the testing engineers or other people must be adopt to the strategy called as RPA tools, robotic process automation tools. There surely you should have a knowledge about all this. So I can recommend, if not, it's not required for me. That's up to you. Your level of experience, if you have 1-2 experience, I think this much knowledge is not mandatory. But if you're already 3+, 4+, 5+ experience candidate manually, if you are testing the applications, having the knowledge of data science, machine learning is became very essential because you are going towards the cloud, right? Absolutely. Yeah. So in subsequent classes, I'll be talking about little more about, what are the programming languages are existing, why I have chosen Python as the primary scripting language in order to implement testing, data science, machine learning, embedded system, IoT, all this combinationally, I could able to emphasize about it, right? And there are cloud technologies like Azure, AWS, ServiceNow, Salesforce, Tableau, Power BI. All these for freshers, they are not sufficient or maybe adequate to be learned. Only experienced people can able to learn these technologies because your maturity levels are not enough to be understand them. Clear? Yes, yes. And somebody have messaged me. This scenario I'm going to follow in day-to-day classes. Probably I'll be giving completely hands-on experience. Everybody should have a laptop. When I'm doing something, you're supposed to be parallelly practice the same thing. You cannot, while I'm demonstrating something, you should not be listen the class just casually. You have to do that. So assignments will be given to you for every class. And there will be a dedicated LMS we have, learning management system. So this is a online application that I'll just show you here. This is my application where you can find you can sign up here. You can freely download the materials like let's suppose Python. If you enroll it, you can sign up for the free of cost. I made as a free. Now here you can find the two dashboards here. One is a full stack Python, one is a Python certifications related thing. If you go to the Python full stack, there you can find complete materials related to Python and assignments and quizzes. You see, all these are the materials you can download directly. If you click on it, it will be allow you to be download complete materials. You can sign up. Now comes to quiz. Here all quizzes can be attempted. First related introduction classes need to be attempted. Operators, regular expressions, control statements, files concept, object-oriented concepts, miscellaneous, exception handling, fundamentals of Python, data structures, functions, all these is supposed to be attempt pages. A lot of questions you are going to come across, which might be covered in class, sometimes might not be. You have to attempt, because if somebody wanted to go for the certification, you can go for that. If you want to go for the certification level, you just go back. You can find another part is that Python certification. There, it's a purely certification related query. 600 questions are there. Each test will have 100 questions. You can attempt. You can start attempt the questions. 100 questions you can get. Click on it. Questions will be given. You have to attempt and you have to go next. Likewise, very thoroughly you're supposed to be get all the questions. So after every certain 2-3 classes, once the concept will be done, I'll ask you to attempt the quiz. You have to attempt. You have to. I'll be as an instructor. I can see your progressive report. How many marks you have got? How many questions you have unanswered properly? I can see that, isn't it? But your responsibility to attempt it, isn't it? It's a free of cost. It's just like a mock, isn't it? So you can attempt it, right? For every subject, I have organized like that. If you can be able to go to the data science, isn't it? Data science with Python, the materials, quizzes, all will be get organized over there, isn't it? So you will be find all the materials and everything over there. Go to codes, content. So all the related things you are going to be get over here. You can obtain just like it is a LMS, learning management system. It's much more useful for you. You need not to search the materials or something here and there. Everything will be accumulated at one place. You can just download them and try to be store it to your computer in a organized manner, isn't it? And apart from this, every class, whatever I'm demonstrating, I'll be upload to this LMS. Whatever the material you are getting, you are going to be get from the same LMS concept wise. Otherwise, I'll be sharing the drive. That drive is going to be given accessibility to you. We just listen the class. You cannot download it, isn't it? So this is the approach I'm going to be follow for rest of the classes. So please you try to be follow accordingly. Yes or no? Yes. And this is the approach I'm going to be follow for that. And after one few weekends like Saturdays, I'll be conduct a mock test for you. You have to attend so that I can test whether you are up to the mark or not. See, most of the students are listening the classes just like that. Whenever I'm start asking the questions in a mock, they are not able to answer properly. So it's all because of a casual attitude. If you are very serious towards a job, you have to be listen my words. You have to respect my words. Otherwise, it's up to you. It's your life. I cannot do any more, right? Yes, yes. Right. And yes, any
लोग
questions?
को नाम भूल जा रहे क्या बोलते हैं अमन जो छठ में हम लोग देते हैं ना इतना बड़ा नींबू टाइप का किस चीज का अच्छा हाँ
Yes. So there's the next class I'll be start about, about complete in detail manner I'll be explaining in Monday's class. So Monday onwards, there is no, there is no demo or something. It is an as usual class, isn't it? So from there I'll be go significantly in detail, about all the concepts, what is in mention, everything I'll be give you in detail manner. What are the applications can be developed with Python and the tools I'll be start about, ideally Scholar, Jupyter, PyCharm, Spider, Canopy, Thorny, all these are going to be discussed about as per our progress classes. And these many applications are there in order to execute Python. So therefore, company wise, their own applications are going to be used to develop the Python code. It's a matter of 2-3 minutes to learn the technology or tools. Just you have to be concentrated about programming part especially, right? So with which I think could have given a best justification. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Yes, please.
Does deep learning include in this data science?
No, deep learning I'll be touched. It doesn't not going to be included as part of this course content. Deep learning is it's a separate course. A lot of algorithms is supposed to be taught. Probably at least one algorithm I'm going to be discuss about neural networks. TensorFlow module I'm going to be discuss.
Okay, so what about Seaborn?
What about
Seaborn?
Seaborn is just like a matplotlib. See, I'm planning even matplotlib we wanted to graphically represent or Power BI wanted to explain. I'm just rather than matplotlib, most of the data science people are asking me to explain Power BI. Either I'll go with the Power BI, otherwise I'll go with a Tableau. Either of them is going to be explained. Seaborn is just like a matplotlib. It's an inbuilt. It's a normal one module. I'll explain about it. Seaborn. It's not a big deal. Small module actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions from any participants? See, the class time from Monday will be 9:15 to 11:15. It's a 2 hours class. So I request everyone to come at a class at the right time. Please maintain the punctuality. After 11 o'clock, I will be having. I'm not going to be wait for you or something. I'm not going to lag to that. After 11 o'clock, you have to sit here 1-2 hours. Whatever the assignment I'm going to give you, you have to complete. You can sit from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock. This office is for yours. You can sit anywhere else and you can practice. Only 2 batches going to be run over here. Nothing more than that. In each batch, 25 people or 30 people will be offline. Maybe online people will work from the remotely. So here you can sit from morning to evening. Nobody will stop anything to you. This is your office, right? Yeah. And everybody should carry the laptops. Even online users also don't listen to classes in mobiles. It's a strictly warning for you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, don't blame to me. I will be very harsh in terms of following all these rules. In classes itself, I'll be asked the questions for the online people. If you are sleeping somewhere else and you are just engaging the things, doesn't work out. Otherwise, you can quit from the course. I'm least bothered about it. Right? I'm not bothering about. So this course, data science, automation testing, I used to take 25,000. I used to take, isn't it? Now, because of certain reasons, I have made only just for the 10,000. If anybody not interested at any time, you just ask me your money, I'll be rolled back. It doesn't matter for me, right? So, but you have to follow the proper instructions and don't be, if you don't follow the rules properly, if you don't understand the subject properly, probably it's your problem, because you don't prepare properly. Ultimately, will be gossip with the people that I'm not understanding properly. See, if 90% of the people will be understanding nicely, if 10% doesn't understand, means you cannot blame to the facilitator. Probably from your end, there will be a certain drawbacks. Please, you try to remove it. You try to enhance it. That's my request. Clear? Yes. As online users, do you have any questions? I will be conclude the class. If you have any questions, you can ask me now.
Sir, what about placement, sir?
After completion of the course, the placement assurance and placement assistance will be given. We have a set of companies. You have to be, I will be prepare the resume for everybody. You will keep 1 year experience or you will be keep a fresher, and minimum I'm recommend you guys, even though if you have passed out 2023 also, keep a 6 months of internship certificate that you have done 2 projects over here. That will be strongly recommended to be keep in a resume. And somebody will be having a career gap. For such people, I will be prepare the resume. If you want an experience certificates also be provided from my end. And I will be schedule the interviews for you. Your responsibility to attend the interviews. Yeah. So please, in this whole process, your knowledge is very essential. Rest of the process, I will be there for you to be help or assist and assurance and guarantee and warranty everything. Your initiation is mandatory over here. After completion of class, if you are no more available in the office, no more contact with him, what should I do? Shall I come to your home and shall I beg for you to attend the interviews? No, right? So please, I request that you should be very focused. You should be, it's your life. You have to be come to the office, ask me the questions. What should I do? What I will do? To where I supposed to apply? What to do? Everything. Please improve your communication skills. Many of the other state people are always prefer to be talking Hindi. I think software industry doesn't entertain such kind of language. Whether you're from any area of the country, you should speak only universal language called English. Don't entertain with English. You don't ask me in Telugu or Hindi in classroom. So you talk to me in English, ask me the questions in English, and don't request me to be speak in Telugu or Hindi in class. This because the people are from different areas, they don't understand the local language. Therefore, I don't preferably. I will not speak Telugu or Hindi in local language in between. In worst cases or in exceptional cases, I might be speak Telugu because most of the people are from Telugu over here. I'm from Telugu background, right? Yeah. So I'll be recording the session will be posted in the WhatsApp group. Please you go through if you want again. Even Monday we'll also have the similar class. The class time will be 9:15. By 9:15, I expected you people would be there in the class. Right? Thank you so much to everyone. Bye bye. Take care. We'll meet on Monday.